Hi everyone, I want to share on QGIS software. So here I'm using version 3.10.6. So first of all, we need to get the data. So you can go to this website, Diva GIS. So you click on free spatial data. So here I'm using from country level. So here we can download country level data for any country in the world. So click on country level data. So here for country, I'm using Malaysia for my example, and also for my subject is administrative areas. So you can select some other subject, for example, inland water. You can select also road. So here I'm using administrative areas. Click on OK. Then click on download. Then we wait for file successfully download. Okay. So I open my download folder. Then this is the file mys_adm. So we need to abstract because here the file is in zip file format. So right click, select extract to mys_adm. Then we have new folder. So inside this folder, if we open, then we have a lot of data. We have adm1, shp, okay, this one adm1, adm0, shp, adm1, shp, adm2, shp. Okay, then we can copy this folder and put inside a new folder so that we can process in QGIS. Now we open the QGIS. So first of all, we need to get directory. So right click on favorite, add a directory. Then this folder will come out. So we need to add directory to favorites. So here for my example here, I'm using this folder, 16th of June 2020. This is the folder, again downloaded from the open source mys_adm. So after select, then I click on select folder. Okay, it's already open actually. So inside this folder, I have another folder with the title of mys_adm, and I have also the data in CVS SHP format. So we have adm0, adm1, and adm2.shp. So when we click adm0, basically it gives you the border for Malaysia. And adm1.shp basically gives you the border of the state. And adm2 is the border for every district. For example, here adm2, right click at the layer section, then you click on open attribute table. Then you can see at column 0 represented by the country name. Name 1 column represent the state, and column 2, the column with the name of name 2 represent the districts. Okay, now I using only adm1. So I double click, then this section will appear, layer properties. So click on symbology. Then when we click here, you can change the color. For example, here I'm using characterize instead of single symbol. I'm using characterize because I want to have different color for a different state in Malaysia. So the value is for name 1. Again, name 0 is for country, name 1 is for states, and we use name 1. Classified. Okay, for example here, For example, I want to change the color for Sarawak. So I select and then I change the color. For example, I'm using this one and I apply. So you can see the color change. Okay. Okay. The color change. So now we want to put the label. Let's say I want to use Time New Roman. So I have name here with Malaysia. So again, I need to change the value here because name 0 is for country. Now we need to change the column to name 1 and apply. So now we have different state with different color and also the title for each state. So now I want to increase the font. For example, I'm using 12. Okay, now I have states in Malaysia, each state with different color. Now we want to do some editing. We want to edit the maps. So first we need to click on project and then click on new print layout. So for example, here I'm using this title for my new layout. Now I have a new layout section. So this is the title. So now I want to export. Okay, so first we can finalize first what we want to include in our map. For example, here I want to include neighboring country without changing the color. So first we need to click on plugins, click on manage and install plugins. Then here I'm using quick map services. You can search here. Then you click on install. So here I already installed. So the plugin for quick map services can be found here. And here I try to using map server OSM rods. And I have the neighboring country for Malaysia. For the northern part is Thailand. Then we have the Indonesia and some part of Philippines here. And Kalimantan at the south part of Sarawak area. So now we go back to the layout. After we finalize what we want in our map, then we can click on this part, add a new map to the layout, and click and drag. Now we have this map. So basically, we need to input or need to have some basic parameter in our map. For example, here we can put the coordinates. So for coordinates, you can put the grids here, click on add, then click on modify grid. So for example, here I'm using the interval of 1.5 for X and Y. Okay, so you can change the grid type here. Is it solid? Is it cross? So it's depend. So here I'm using solid. Okay, I want to include the coordinates. So here I'm using degree minute with suffix. Then I change the font into add. Okay, so here I want to focus on right and bottom. So here for left side, I put it disable. Same goes to top side, disable. Then my map only show right side and bottom side. So I have coordinate on right and bottom. So this is the coordinate precision. You can use 3, you can use 2, it depends. So let's say for example here I'm using 2. Okay, I change the font for my coordinates. What else we can add? So we just click on add item. Let's say we put the scale bar. Okay, for the segment, we can use left 1 and right with 2. And then we also can add item. Click on add item menu. Then add not arrow. So this is not arrow. What else? We can add also the legend. So we have the legend. Then I want to add the title of my map. Then I click on add item, then click on add label. So for the item properties, let's say I put the title of my map. I change the font, make it center. Then I have my own map with the title, scale bar, north direction, and also the legend. So now we want to export our result. For example, here I'm export using image. I'm using JPEG format. So here, let's say I put this name for my file, and this is the type of the file, JPEG format, then save. So basically for good resolution or acceptable resolution, basically people will use 400 dpi, but here I'm using extra bit. So I use 500 dpi for my resolution. Then I click on save. Then we will wait for the notification for the export process. Once we've successfully export the result in JPEG format, then we will receive the notification. So you also can try using some other format, for example, JPEGs. Besides the JPEGs, you also can use PDF or TIFF format. So you can try by yourself. And this is a basic tutorial for GIS, not only for mapping, but also you can do some editing, like include the coordinate, scale bar, and the legend. Thank you.